Are you a card-carrying member of the cult of personality? This video will be that acid test because there are a lot of people who are card-carrying members for Kamala and Tim Walz, and a lot of people who are card-carrying members for Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance and Elon Musk. So the question is, are you locked into an echo chamber that you can't quite get out of? I may lose a lot of subscribers on this video right here because I'm going to say things that you probably don't want to hear, especially if you're in the cult of personality for Donald. Listen to this. This is Elon Musk speaking in Butler, Pennsylvania at the podium with Donald Trump.
His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He created so many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
This gets a little cringy. It gets a little uncomfortable.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot. Fight, fight, fight.
And this is the shallow water that they want you to focus on. They don't want you to go into any depth. They don't want you to ask any questions. They don't want you to employ critical thinking. They don't want you to go as deep as, oh, Donald J. Trump, he's going to talk about the Second Amendment. He's going to talk about the First Amendment. But they don't want to talk about the fact that Donald J. Trump is a destroyer of the First Amendment, is a destroyer of the Second Amendment, and rubbing our faces in it the whole way, wanting you to focus on an event that some say may have been concocted.
Blood coming down the face. Now, America is the home of the brave. And there's no truer test than courage under fire. So who do you want representing America? Yeah, absolutely. And I think this election, I think it's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election.
This is the most important election of our lifetime. I bet in the history of politics, they have never said that.
The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms.
Can I just remind you of two things that Donald Trump has said several times? Donald Trump tried to make it illegal to say anything, launch any level of criticism against Israel on college campuses all across the United States. And if you did that, you would be labeled anti-Semitic. So he wanted to stifle freedom of speech. He wants to imprison people for a minimum of 12 months for burning a flag, an American flag made in China, ironically. He wants you to go to jail for 12 months for burning a flag. He came up with red flag laws, or extreme risk protection orders, which is red flag gun confiscation laws, which is anti-Second Amendment. He initiated a bump stock ban against tens of millions of Americans, also against the Second Amendment. He said to Mike Pence across the table, sitting right next to Dianne Frankenstein, I don't know, Mike, I like take the guns first, due process second, in regard to taking guns away from somebody before they get a just trial. So this guy is decidedly against the Second Amendment. Plus, let me just show you this real quick tweet from Truth Social where Donald Trump says So with the revelation of massive and widespread fraud and deception and working closely with big tech companies, the DNC and the Democrat Party, do you throw the presidential election results of 2020 out and declare the rightful winner? Or do you have a new election, which, by the way, are also on sandy ground? As a matter of fact, even Elon Musk and Donald Trump will tell you that it is a uniparty corrupt system, and yet Donald Trump is part of one of those parties, while they say both parties are completely out to lunch. Go figure on that one. A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. So because widespread voter fraud, Donald Trump says, is so bad, we need to terminate the Constitution, which means we need to take away the unalienable rights of Americans so we can get this whole thing sorted out. You know what that is? That's martial law. So while Elon Musk is sitting here saying this is a champion of the Constitution, he loves the First Amendment, he loves the Second Amendment, he loves the Fourth Amendment, we got Donald Trump's own words saying that, hey, this allows for the termination of the Constitution. Our great founders did not want and would not condone false and fraudulent elections. And what is that? That's just a fictitious thing on the plantation to keep the slaves on the plantation happy while they elect a master to beat them with few or to beat them with many stripes in the next 4 years.
They want to. They want to take away your right to vote effectively.
Oh no, don't take away my right to vote for a political psychopath. Oh no, it's so important for me to maintain my right to vote. Do you have a right to vote? Do whatever you want to, but you can't vote for a political psychopathic banker-controlled puppet to control my life.
You got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting. I still can't believe that's real. So how are you supposed to have a proper election if there's no ID? It's just meaningless. And free speech is the bedrock of democracy.
What did the framers of the Constitution that Donald Trump doesn't mind terminating have to say about democracy? That it's two wolves and a lamb deciding on what to have for dinner. It's the tyranny of the majority. Do we really want to preserve democracy, Elon?
If people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And
you got to be able to choose your slave masters. That's like a rite of passage for all Americans. This is an unalienable right. You have to choose your slave masters. It's so important for Elon that he actually ends his speech saying, you got to go out there and vote. You got to make sure your neighbors, people that you don't know, drag them off, make sure they're registered, and make sure they get out there and vote.
Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment. President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America. Yes. This is a must-win situation. Must win. So I have one ask for everyone in the audience, everyone who watches this video, everyone in the live stream. There's one request. It's very important. Register to vote. Okay? And get everyone you know and everyone you don't know, drag them to register to vote. There's only 2 days left to register to vote in Georgia and Arizona. 48 hours. Like, text people now. Now.
See, it's very important for the psychopathic billionaire and millionaire class to get all the underlings to demoralize themselves and vote for a psychopath. That way, when they get in office, whether it's Kamala or Trump, when they drop the bombs, when they increase the taxes, when they terrorize the tax cattle, it was done with your consent. That's what your vote is. Your vote is your consent to be ruled by these rich, disconnected, billionaire psychopaths.
Oh, and then make sure they actually do vote. If they don't, this will be the last election. That's my prediction.
No fear mongering here. If you don't do it now, this is going to be the last year to vote, because after this, America changes or America ceases to exist. That's my prediction right there.
More important. Nothing's more important.
Nothing is more important than for you underlings, you peons, you American tax cattle to get out there and demoralize and dehumanize yourself and get somebody in office with your voice, with your consent, to drop bombs on foreign nations, to threaten the rest of us, to beef up the military industrial complex that Eisenhower warned us against, to fuel and fund the banksters and the big pharma industrial complex and the prison industrial complex and civil asset forfeiture, and give blanket federalized qualified immunity to the police force who just loves to economically terrorize us.
So get everyone you know. Everyone. So I'm speaking to people out there. Everyone in the crowd, I think, is already convinced. But for people out there that are watching the video, watching the live stream, you need to get everyone you know, at work, your friends, family, text groups, your social media, everything. Get them to register to vote right now.
That's the same message coming out of the propaganda arm for the military industrial complex, fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media. Everybody at CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC, Faux News, Newsmax, they're all telling you, get out. Why are they all telling you to get out there and vote? Especially since Elon Musk has already said this is a corrupt uniparty system and we have to tear it down and build it back up from scratch. And he's promoting somebody who's a part of the uniparty system. Somebody who's been in the back pocket of the Zio International banking cartel for a long time, at least since the 90s when he got upside down with Taj Mahal, and Rothschild's Inc. under Wilbur Ross bailed him out and owns his soul.
2 days left for Georgia and Arizona. Only a couple weeks left in Pennsylvania. And if they're not registered to vote, it doesn't matter at that point. Register to vote. I'm being repetitive for a reason, okay? So nothing is more important. And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does, okay? It does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes.
Or it's already been decided and it doesn't matter who wins because every vote, the bankers say, is a vote for us. Nyuk, 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 nyuk.
Tiny margin. So get everyone you know to register to vote. I believe that's swapthevote.com. I believe that's the site. And double check that your registration is good. Don't take it for granted. I'm just being repetitive about this point because it is the one takeaway more than anything that will matter is getting those registrations and then getting everyone you know to actually vote. That is what will decide this election, especially in Pennsylvania.
Don't you think Elon Musk and Donald Trump know what's really going on? Don't you think Elon Musk, who is one of the biggest welfare recipients, U.S. government welfare recipients, over $4.9 billion. This is just an old article from 2015. He's received grants for Neuralink, for Tesla, for Solar City, for SpaceX exploration. He is one of the biggest welfare recipients, getting government subsidies, hand over fist, tax breaks, you name it. Elon Musk is a darling of the United States government. He's not the enemy of the United States government. If he's the darling of the U.S. government, then he's a darling of the Zio International banking cartel. This guy right here, is he on your side? Ask yourself that. Is Elon Musk on my side? All the stuff that he's talking about, getting government subsidies off the backs of the American tax cattle. constantly getting subsidies. He's not a self-made man. He's made by the tax cattle of the United States of America.
So thank you, and honestly, you want to just be a pest. Just be a pest to everyone you know, people on the street, everywhere. Vote, vote, vote. Fight, fight, fight. Vote, vote, vote. Thank you.
Fight, fight, fight. Vote, vote, vote. Nothing is more important, says Elon Musk. Let me just remind you who these guys are friends with. That right there on the left-hand side, that's Larry Fink. He is the CEO of BlackRock. That's Donald Trump. Larry Fink used to handle his assets. He's one of the biggest asset managers in the entire world with over $10 trillion at his command. Well, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is being considered by Donald Trump to be the new Treasury Secretary. Remember who the last Treasury Secretary was under Trump? A Goldman Sachs guy named Steve Mnuchin. Who owns Tesla, by the way? Who are the biggest owners of Tesla? If Donald Trump is friends with one of the biggest, richest guys that we know of, Larry Fink, with $10 trillion of assets under his control. What does BlackRock own? Maybe BlackRock owns Tesla. You think? BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street are the biggest shareholders of Tesla stock. Who else owns a great deal of shares in BlackRock and Vanguard? Oh, Dougie Emhoff, who's the husband of Kamala Harris. Vanguard. Here's what we got right here. Emhoff's portfolio, according to documents filed by Harris in 2021, include Vanguard. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? He also owns a lot of BlackRock. These people know each other. These people are in bed with each other. What else does BlackRock have its hand in? Oh, Albemarle Corporation. That's the lithium mining stock. Who are the top shareholders of that? You know, lithium is very important for EVs. Then Tesla has a contract with some of those miners over there in North Carolina. Vanguard, BlackRock, Capital Research, State Street, the big three again. I want to just end this video with the question, are you drinking the Kool-Aid? Are you a card-carrying member of the cult of personality on the left or the right? It scarcely matters because they're all working for the same team owners. I don't care if it's the DNC or the RNC. I don't care if it's Kamala Harris or Donald Trump or Elon Musk. You should always question all of these people. I want to leave you with this quote from Aldous Huxley. He said, reality cannot be ignored except at a price. And the longer the ignorance is persisted in, the higher and more terrible becomes the price that must be paid. Let's stop ignoring reality. Get the smelling salts of truth and just champion the cause of what is, not what we want to be. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next video.